Week 3 of MLS.
It's more MLS action. Week 3 coming up right now. Now let's go to New York, the capital of the world. The Red Bulls entered into Week 1 at Columbus, tying 1-1 with hopes to prove that the loss of Tyler Adams and the lack of new signings have limited them in their quest to dominate the East as they did so last season. Then heading back into the CCL quarterfinals were Santos Laguna of Liga MX, resulting in 2-0 loss at home. Now before heading into Week 3, the Red Bulls must play for their life this Tuesday in Mexico. Coming off putting in that effort, is yet to be seen how much it will affect them going into Week 3. The Earthquakes, on the other hand, with new head coach Matias Almeida, have started the season losing 2-1 versus Montreal on opening day, and last weekend 3-0 versus Minnesota United. Almeida was greeted in San Jose with heavy expectations following an utterly terrible 2018 season in which they went 4 wins, 9 draws, and 21 losses, ending up in 12th place in the Western Conference. Almeida, charged with trying to change the culture at San Jose, has been hindered in his ability to bring in more of the type of players that fit in with his philosophy. Heading into Week 3, facing off versus the Red Bulls in their home opener will be a challenge. They must go in this tie being much more focused team and creating better opportunities by not just sending in crosses, but keeping the ball on the ground, creating plays, which Almeida had mentioned in the post-game press conference with this quote right here. Story of the match: Chris Wondolowski with 144 goals is still 1 goal shy of tying Landon Donovan for the all-time MLS goal-scoring record. Be prepared to witness history that night in Red Bull Arena.
Tú sabes, vamos a ver.
The things to avoid the Earthquakes. The main thing is to not commit stupid mistakes. They fall into old habits, allowing the opponents to create goal-scoring opportunities. Things to avoid for the New York Red Bulls, regardless of what goes down in Mexico on Tuesday, is to continue the high press, the constant high press on San Jose's center backs. The Red Bulls are the perfect team to do that. That's their philosophy. Key battles, of course, in the midfield will take place between Kaku and Judson, fighting for creating/limiting Kaku's time on the ball, forcing him wide instead of slotting in through balls to BWP. Another duel to keep your eye on will be Lima bombing down the wing, with runs behind Connor Lade constantly keeping him on his toes.
Now, as far as my prediction,
With a prediction of a 2-0 win over San Jose for the Red Bulls in Red Bull Arena. Making the cross-country trip from all the way in Los Angeles to the Bronx, we find LAFC facing off against the Pigeons. NYCFC started with 2 draws. Orlando City against DC United at home. New signing Mitrita has only shown a few glimpses of what he's capable of doing, but what he's shown is good first touch and the ability to take opponents on rather easily. In the first game, NYCFC looked like a much more complete team than Orlando, creating the majority of the chances in the game, and should have gone back to the Bronx with the 3 points in the bag. Last weekend, though, was a little bit different as DC came to the Pigeons' nest and laid an egg, because they had chance
After chance.
but due to the enormous performance of Sean Johnson, who was recently called up for the U.S. men's national team, saw him enter into Week 2's Team of the Week for MLS. AFC, who under Bob Bradley have started off the season playing some of the best soccer this league has seen, proved to be quite a challenge. Last week, won 4-1 over the Portland Timbers at home also. LAFC are constantly creating chances, imposing their game on their rivals, resulting in highlight-worthy passing sequences where NYCFC are undefeated in 18 of the last 20 games there. No easy task to say the least. Now, for things to avoid, for DC United, avoid turnovers, mainly due to the terrific work Atuesta does in the middle, who has been phenomenal. The LAFC have to avoid is to keep the mentality up. Do not allow the fatigue of travel affect the way in which it's set up and getting caught out of position. Be vital if they go on to win this game. Battles of the match will take place between NYCFC's left back Ben Sweat and MLS Week 2 Player of the Week Carlos Vela, coming up against each other, battling it out on the wing. Meanwhile, in the middle, Alexander Ring versus Mark Anthony Kaye will need to assert their dominance on the game if it ends up being a closed-off encounter with LAFC sitting back in defensive sequences. Kaye must prevent Ring from getting off any of the long shots, as he did so well against DC United, but due to an excellent Bill Hamid, none of them went in.
No.
My prediction for this game will be that LAFC are going to go to the Bronx and they're going to steal the 3 points. 1-0 win for LAFC. Now for FC Cincinnati versus the Portland Timbers. Boy, oh boy. Who expected Cincinnati to be the big story in Week 2 MLS action? They went up against the defending champs Atlanta United at the Benz, the fans there, and left Atlanta with 1 point in the bag. First point ever in MLS. Key inclusion of Kenny Safe towards the last 25 minutes of the match was vital. It gave Cincinnati a player that is good at reading off the ball runs and exploiting spaces left by defenders to feed the strikers and wingers. This led to Lamar scoring in the second half as Parkers had lost his man due to positioning and lack of pace in recovery. The newest expansion team will finally be able to play a home game after being scheduled at 2 tough away games, one in Seattle against the Sounders and the second one against Atlanta United. The Bailey is expected to be rocking and should be a nice extra push for players to perform. For the Portland Timbers, the beautiful stadium renovations will keep them on the road until June 1st. Their first outing had freak weather conditions and can be blamed for a tough performance. Meanwhile, last weekend when they played LAFC at the Bank, they were second to LAFC in almost everything except red cards, which Diego Chara got one. A little bit of this to the ear right in front of the ref. It was childish and foolish. In my opinion, it shouldn't have been a red card, but hey, Rossi is going to win an Oscar later this season for that. Giovanni Savarese must assess his squad and fine-tune the tactics in order to prevent Cincy from having an all-out party at the Bailey. Things to avoid. The Portland Timbers have conceded at least 2 goals in the last 5 away matches, and with the added absence of Diego Chara, which will make them much more susceptible in the back, must remain compact when they transition back to their defensive shape. For Cincy now, they better make sure the guys are on the same page, especially in the back 4 defense. Like last weekend versus Atlanta, giving Joseph Martinez a lot of space to be able to get in behind and score that goal. Key battles will be between Blanco and Alan Cruz and Nando Ari versus Cascante. OT must collide on that one. My prediction with Cincinnati coming home at the Bailey, they're going to be tested by Portland, but they're going to eventually come out with the win due to the raucous fans.
That extra energy. Got a lot of energy. Got a lot of people trying to take me all this energy. Trying to take the way from Cincinnati.
I predict a 2-1 win for FC Cincinnati against
What up,
guys. If you like the content, stay tuned because I'll be bringing more MLS previews and quick analysis on my channel. Like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And leave comments in the comment section letting me know what you guys think is going to happen this week in MLS. Thank you.